So I'm making cold calls as we speak, and I do sales fully remote. I'm on my second cold brew of the day because I woke up at 3:30 a.m. this morning without an alarm clock because I'm so excited to get me some pipeline. And I swear I've left this prospect over 30 voice messages, like real, legit voice messages. So I'm sitting here contemplating how many times is a reasonable amount of times to cold call and cold email a prospect before giving up. I've made over 60,000 cold calls in my sales career, so I believe I am the most qualified individual on the entire planet to talk about this topic. They say the average consumer needs to see an advertisement 7 to 8 times before it sinks in, before it makes an impression, before they're scrolling their Instagram feed and they say, I'm gonna buy the skincare product or I'm gonna buy the dog toy because I've seen it so many times. I'm gonna go get that unhealthy meal from the fast food chain because the Whopper and the chicken fries keep appearing on my TV screen. So why do reps give up after only a few touch points? You call a prospect a few times, you send a few emails, and then you say, you know what, cold calling's dead, my cold emails suck, I need the magic pill. I need the sequence. Well, how many steps should be in my sequence? What should I say in my messaging? And then everyone's looking for this messaging that's just gonna get them a response when in reality, they are most likely just giving up too soon. So I wanna talk about how my sequences work, how I think about the activity, how I be professionally persistent, and how it is essential to your success to operate like nature. Water erosion. Think about the Grand Canyon. You think the land just melted away? It was water flowing, eroding over time. You are like a constant stream of energy flowing into your prospect's inbox, flowing into their voice message inbox, flowing into their home office mobile direct line, maybe even texting them until you get through. And that's what we're going to talk about here today. I'll begin with saying my sequences are a minimum of 15 touch points, and I'm going to explain what that means, what that looks like. So it's going to be calls and emails, 15 touch points over 20 days. So basically, if I'm not calling you today, I'm going to be calling you tomorrow. And if I'm not calling you tomorrow, I'm going to be emailing you the next day. So you're wondering, how many times should one do this in order to break through? Well, I have an answer for you. There's going to be 3 scenarios that you are going to confront that I have experienced many, many times over. Scenario number 1, you set the meeting. Great outcome, best case scenario. Scenario number 2, you get told no, and you uncover a piece of valuable information. They're using a competitor. They don't have budget. Not a good time. Maybe you're speaking with the wrong person. This is the best case scenario besides setting a meeting. The third outcome is you get a brutal rejection and you get absolutely body bagged on the phone. You get put in a casket 10 feet below the ground. But I'm here to tell you this is the best case scenario. It's not the best scenario, but the best case scenario. So you are going to continue to call and email as many times as it takes until you achieve one of those 3 outcomes. If there's anything you take away from this video, that's all that matters. So if you complete your sequence, and I'm going to talk about what my sequence looks like, you add them to a new sequence until you achieve one of those 3 outcomes. Because not getting a response is not an answer. Because I feel better about myself when I am taking activity. Even if I don't set meetings today, I still feel better about myself because there's nothing worse than waiting for meetings to magically appear on my calendar. It never turns out well for me. An empty calendar with low activity is a miserable place to be in. It results in doubt. You start to question your existence and if you're ever going to promote, if you're ever going to get to the next level, because every unemployed person that wants to get a sales job, they want to become a sales rep. Every sales development rep, entry level earlier in their career, they want to become an account executive. Every account executive wants to become a sales manager. Every other account executive that wants to make some money wants to become an enterprise account executive. Every enterprise account executive wants to become a VP of sales. Every VP of sales wants to become a CRO, Chief Revenue Officer. Every Chief Revenue Officer wants to become the CEO. And what I've found is that each role is difficult until it becomes easy. Only then does the next level unlock. It does not matter how long it takes, so long as you don't stop. So extrapolate that out to cold calling and cold emailing. So long as you don't stop, so long as you put in enough activity, so long as you start to fill up your calendar, all of a sudden you have confidence. You're excited. You find success. And that's how many times you call and email a prospect until you break through. Because you are water. You are flowing. If you think about what water erosion is, I got the definition for you. Water erosion occurs when rain or snowmelt displaces the soil on the ground. The more water flowing over the land, the more soil particles are moved or transported away, aka the prospect's barriers go away. Now they're more receptive to your ideas. Land that has no vegetation, including the farm fields that are left barren after crop harvest, are especially vulnerable to water erosion. Prospects that just ended their contract with the other vendor that they had a terrible implementation experience with, they are particularly vulnerable to the erosion. Prospects that have a burning pain and a burning problem that your solution, your product, your service just so happens to be able to solve, they are in desperate need of your water, of your flowing, of you to reach out and educate them on how you can help, because they probably don't even know you exist, because you got to touch point them 7 to 8 times for them to even know your name. You got to touch point them another 7 to 8 times for them to even consider a meeting for you. And then you got to touch point another 7 to 8 times for them to even respond to you. You're only one call away from making 2024 the best year yet. So as you take all this information, you're ready to put in some activity. Your sequence is a combination of steps, calls and emails to your prospect. So if you take a step back, what are we talking about? You as a sales rep, why are you getting paid? Your responsibility is to set up meetings, generate pipeline, which leads to more revenue. Who do you set meetings with? You identify your ideal customer profile. These are the types of accounts that stand to benefit from your solution. Construction companies, banks, fast food restaurants. Are they geographically located in this region, this region? Do they have 5,000 employees? Do they have 500 employees? You have your account list. Next, you identify your buyer persona. Who within those companies can you help? This is title based. This is a department. Is it HR? Is it IT? Is it operations? Is it finance? Who is it? Is it sales? You then go find these prospects in the accounts using tools like LinkedIn Sales Nav, Apollo, ZoomInfo. And then you add them to a sequence, which is a combination of steps. My sequence, as I said, it's 15 steps over 20 days. And it's basically a call, an email, a call, an email, a call, email. And the one tactical tip I'll give you is there's 2 email threads, 6 emails in total. Email thread number 1 is 3 emails on the same thread, meaning email 1 has a subject line. Email 2 is a follow-up reply to that first email, and then email 3 is a follow-up reply to that second email. Once you send those emails, and most of them are automated, your next thread of 3 emails is then a net new email with a new subject line, and then an email responding to that, and then an email responding to that. This is my trick, because when prospects start to get 3 emails on the same thread, believe me, it catches their attention. Just like that second cold brew before noon in the day, start to get you perking up a little bit, ready to get back on the phone. I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to get back to my tasks, my own calls, because unlike most of the people out there talking to you about sales, I actually do sales day to day. All right, so if you got value in today's video, hit the thumbs up button now. Comment down below what questions you have, how I can help. Subscribe to the channel now because our goal is 100,000 subscribers. By the end of the year, we will accomplish it, and we're gonna keep delivering value each and every video.